If she had only been ugly.
We got a great show today. Not this one, the one right after this. Come on. This is Dom Irrera live from the Laugh Factory. And this is Eleanor Kerrigan,
Hi.
who we've had on the show before, but with an explanation.
Always.
Jamie Masada was on the show with her, so she didn't get a chance to talk. So bringing her back to give her a chance to actually talk on a podcast.
Very excited.
Eleanor Kerrigan, my dear friend and colleague.
Colleague. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That just
I'm not going to say peer.
No. But colleague is good enough.
Colleague.
My heart melted just a little.
Associate.
A peer, it would have fallen out.
Peer. My peer, my equal.
Equal. You're right. How are you, Dominic?
Eleanor, I'm good. We had a great weekend. We worked the Comedy Store in La Jolla.
Yes, we did. That was fun.
Killed.
I loved driving home with your talking car.
Oh,
It
yeah.
kept telling me to take a break.
That's so weird.
It's a real Nazi thing to do. I don't like it.
The car was telling her to take a break. Put some makeup on you,
Yeah.
whore. That's what it said.
It was like, don't you need a break? And I had a picture of
It's
coffee.
like a coffee.
Remember?
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee. You can't tell me to drink coffee.
Whoa, easy. Don't go in a Mercedes again.
Yeah, that's right. It's a Nazi car.
It is.
Dominic.
It's very
It's
demanding.
yeah.
Tells me to put the tire pressure on. I feel like fucking John. It's a Mercedes. Let it do
I like
its own.
the bounciness of the off tire pressure.
Do you?
Yeah. Sometimes I leave it for a
Like
while.
a giant vibrator for you.
Yeah.
And your hotsy twatsy. Eleanor, I don't know what we talked about the first time, but I have to say,
I don't remember
on a
either.
serious note, even though I have a goofy face, what's with the hat? It's not your business. It's not your business. What's with the hat?
I like the hat.
I like the beanie.
Yeah.
Sophie.
It says I'm almost Jewish, but a little over the top.
A little over the top Jewish. Almost Jewish without the intellect and the money.
I like to cover the whole head, not just the back.
Yeah, well, it's not a yarmulke. It's
No. It's an actual hat.
an actual hat. Yarmulke's one size fits all. What does it matter? Imagine if you how small your head would be. You'd have to have a shrunken head to actually have a yarmulke tipping over your forehead.
And they
Hey, how
tip
you
it.
doing there? High pockets.
High pockets.
So we had Eleanor. I should give you a little history. We've been friends a long time.
Yeah.
She was at the Comedy Store. Eleanor was delightful. Everybody loved her. Funniest waitress. Fun. Everybody's thinking she's funny. Boy, and everybody telling her, you're funnier than this guy that's on stage. And she's going with it. She came out here to act from South Philadelphia. Family of 10.
Very exciting.
Mother, incredible woman. One of my idols. Her mother.
She said to say hello to you.
Needy.
She also gave me a list of stories I can and cannot tell.
Well, fuck her, Eleanor. First of all, fuck your mother and all that she represents.
She told me my lips are like loose bowels.
Where they are. And I got some stuff out of you.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
It was unbelievable.
No,
I'm
we're not doing
I
that.
would not name
Okay.
names.
We're not naming names.
But she told me about this guy that he wanted to piss on her. No, he wanted you to piss on him
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. He was very drunk. In
Oh,
his
he was
defense.
very drunk.
Not that
That's a
anybody
great
knows who that
excuse.
is, but he was very drunk. So, he went a little over the top with what he wanted me to do.
But what you revealed to us this weekend at the bar, at the store,
Without a drink, by the way.
that I got it out of her like a fucking F. Lee Bailey. And I said, "Isn't it true, Miss Kerrigan?" No, he also wanted her to do a duty on her booty.
No, on his
I
chest.
know, it just rhymed.
You're right. It does rhyme. You're
On his
smarter than
chest.
me. How gross is that, though? But there's people that really like that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
I'm
they
comfortable
deserve
with
it
that.
because of their self-esteem.
Yeah, I can do the loose bowels and the lips, but nothing else.
The lips.
Yeah,
do you
my
mean?
mom says my lips are like loose
Oh,
bowels.
oh,
They
oh.
just diarrhea. I just talk all day.
Anyway, thank
Talk
you for
shit,
sharing
I
that.
guess.
And the bartender down there,
Just say, yeah, great girl.
Je sais, monsieur.
say.
You
What does
know-
it mean again?
I know, in French. It means something else in another language, too.
We should Google what it means in every language, just to start
I don't
conversations
know how
with
they
her.
spell it in other languages. I know they spell it in French. Because I am a sophisticated man about town.
I'm surprised you don't have your pinky up while you hold this microphone.
So when I was, I interrupted myself. That's how bad an interviewer I am. So anyway, Eleanor worked together for years. Always funny, good friend. Our friend Jen.
Yeah.
The three of us hung around a lot. And then you know what? I don't remember when you made the breakthrough.
You mean when I started?
Yeah.
It'll be 7 years in February. How crazy is that?
Wow.
Yeah, because it was a year, 2 years after Freddie passed.
That's Freddie Soto.
Freddie
a friend
Soto,
of ours
sorry.
who we lost a few years back. These comedians,
Great.
they die on us or they live to 100. It's
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was in Joe Rogan's shooting pool, and in his house he has a picture of Kennison and Bill Hicks and
Okay.
Lenny Bruce. I didn't know Lenny Bruce, of course, but
Right.
just so weird to see that.
Yeah.
Way to bring the podcast down, Dom.
Oh, Eleanor did it. I brought up Freddie.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, anyway, that's who Freddie
Let's
is.
pass the blame.
Terrific Mexican-American comedian. Who,
But he always would say, "Why don't you do stand-up? You should be doing stand-up." And I
Uh-huh.
would fight with him and say, "No, I'm a serious actress. What kind of person are you? I'm going to be a Meryl Streep." I don't know if you're aware of that.
I think your serious acting is actually funnier than your stand-up. I've seen it.
That's true. It's
Coffee's
probably
not hot,
right.
Josiah. The
Josiah,
fuck?
seriously.
Give me back the cookie. Bought him a cookie, little son of a bitch.
You brought him a cookie for the
Didn't
coffee?
even give me the change.
Oh,
Fuck sucker.
I was just talking about how I used to do that to my mom. Go to the store, never bring her back the change. Always. I would go buy
They
cigarettes
wouldn't break
with
it. They took the whole thing, Mom. So let me finish.
I'm sorry, you're right.
So then, anyway, you got into stand-up, and then amazingly, you made it. You made it as a professional stand-up, and which is very cool.
I would say made it, but it's exciting to be
Well, I would say
working.
made it because
Yeah.
you work for a living as a stand-up.
There you go.
That's making
true.
it.
That's
Everybody's
true.
not going to be like me with the specials and whatnot.
Nobody's going to be as big as you, Dominic.
Huge as me, big, 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 big.
Please, people aspire to be you every day. I would kill to be you
Yeah.
because I can't kill.
Big, fat, fucking alcoholic on his way down.
Shut
Which is
up.
what anyway, your work is
You're not an
improved.
alcoholic.
Your work is, I'm an alcoholic. Don't you dare tell me I'm not an alcoholic. You're not a nymphomaniac. Even though she loves the old sausage.
I love sausage. I do. Hot, spicy, mild.
You went a long time without a relationship.
Yes, a really long time.
Dry, barren as the arid, as the Mojave Desert.
No one should go that long.
No.
No, but now I have.
Did you bang a couple guys in the middle of it?
I did. I just to make sure it still worked.
How was it?
It was good. It was okay because
May I check it out?
You sure?
Would you mind putting your legs up in these stirrups? Bring the stirrups up, please.
Just one leg, if
Just
that's okay. I
impressive.
like to keep one on the floor. I stay grounded that way.
I understand.
Is that okay?
Is that a joke?
Kind of, I guess. But
was
it is
joke
kind of
like?
a real thing. So, but yeah, because you can't, like people say, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And I'm
Yeah.
not a spring chicken, and so I thought, let me make sure this still works. But yeah, there was a couple guys, but it would last like a month. I think one guy lasted like 3 months. And it was just booty call, pure booty call. Probably shouldn't say that. My mom's listening, maybe.
Well, she will be, but she knows it. She's not stupid.
Well,
She knows her daughter's a whore. I mean, excuse me, not a whore because you didn't get paid. A slut. Oh, pardon me,
so
but
the whore gets paid.
a whore gets paid. You're no whore.
You're right. I'm not smart enough to be a whore. Damn it.
You could have done it too.
You're right.
You had it all.
I had it all. I showed you that I can dance.
You could dance. Would you mind? Bum.
I don't feel right dancing without a
Eleanor,
pole.
can I
so
mention?
No.
I can't because your mother gonna watch it.
If my mother listens or watches or whatever.
I cannot mention that one secret that we have.
It is a secret between friends, not between everyone that's listening to your podcast.
Eleanor has some skeletons in her closet,
So many.
which I am about to reveal. And then, you get power over editing. We give people the power over editing.
You do?
Yeah, we don't care. Because, if somebody comes on and says, I didn't mean to say that, I didn't mean to mention that name, what do I care?
Can
I
you
don't-
bleep it out? Like if we mention
Well,
names?
they can bleep
That's
it or they can
funny.
edit it. And the only one who wanted everything edited, ironically enough, you'd never guess. Who's one of the biggest pigs as far as what he says in show business?
Oh God, I can't even. There's so many.
Jeff Ross.
Oh,
Jeff Ross.
He really did?
Jeff Ross, for all the stuff he does about how big her fucking twat was, as big as the Lincoln Tunnel and all this shit. He wanted stuff. We had to edit stuff out for him. He was the only one.
Because it was too dirty, or because he revealed too much?
He just didn't. Whatever. He was very finicky.
Okay.
Very high maintenance. And I'm glad he did the show, but it was like I would never ask him back.
Well, remind
because
me.
It's, no. It's just, I work with Jeff. I like him, but
of course,
it's it's too. I don't want to worry about. You give people that, but don't overuse it. Like David Spade was on. He'll be on before you.
Okay,
he was on the show already, and he said a couple of things. He goes, "Is that going to go on the air?" I says, "If you don't want it to, I won't put it on." And he goes, "No, I don't care." You know what I mean? So
he's like, "Oh wait, who cares?"
Yeah, he didn't.
Good for him. Good. Yeah, I don't think I would do that. I think you can, I don't know. I did a podcast the other day and I was thinking the same thing. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, that was too dirty. Oh, that was.
Yeah.
But it's like you just have to let it go. Who cares? There's nothing.
What can be too dirty today?
You're right. You're right. But I felt like.
That's why you have to be more clever today. It's harder. I think stand-up's harder now because they've broken all the barriers.
Yeah.
The sacrilegious barriers, the
there's
sexual. There's nothing.
Nothing is taboo, and but if you're smart about it, you can still be really funny about it and not just, to use your word, piggy about it, which is one of my favorites.
Piggy? Yeah, that's my
I'm
mother.
kind of piggy.
My mother used to say that to me.
She
I gotta
called
be
you
so piggy. And then she'd laugh. You're such a pig. And she'd cry laughing.
I love that.
She was a whore.
Your mother?
Oh.
Of course.
Biggest whore. Philadelphia.
Big time.
Big.
It's snowing bad in Philadelphia. Did you see that Eagles game?
Yeah, I saw it.
Of course you did.
This isn't going to be up for a month, though.
Oh, you're right. A whole month. Oh, I was going to promote a lot of stuff.
Promote anything after 3 weeks. Seriously.
I don't have anything lined up. My shelf life is 3 weeks. So
I have the Tampa Side Splitters and Knoxville coming up.
Very nice.
On New Year's Eve, if this is on before New Year's Eve, I doubt it. At Providence. I have Captain somebody in Marco Island, Captain Brian's.
These are real clubs, correct? Yeah.
And the Hard Rock, the eve before New Year's Eve. If this happens to go on. If not, I thank you for coming.
Yeah. This is why Dominic will not call me up here, because may I promote?
Yes, you may.
I'm opening for a karaoke show at 16th and McKean in South Philly on the 29th.
No, you're not.
I mean the 28th.
Are you really? No, you're kidding me.
No, I'm not. I'm going to...
You really are?
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to be the headliner for the comedy show, but then right after we have karaoke.
That's funny.
And they put that on the flyer.
I wouldn't call it a headliner if it's 16th and McKean.
Well...
No offense. I love South Philly. Maybe if it was the 20th and Ritter, then we're talking.
Hey, 20th and Porter, that's where my dad's typewriter store was. Very exciting.
She's got a great bit about her dad's typewriter store.
It's the best. But then on
it's
the 30th...
not open anymore, right?
No, he just closed it like a year ago.
What a relief.
He said we're in a recession.
People are clamoring for those Remingtons.
Do you know that's why he said he closed it because we're in a recession.
No,
I'm like, Dad, that recession happened to you a long time ago.
Yeah.
The rest of the world is in a recession. You are off the map.
Right.
That's a sin. But on the 30th, I'm also working at Nick's Roast Beef in Springfield. Very excited.
Ooh,
Me and
that
Pat.
makes me hungry.
Oh my God, they pay me in roast beef fries.
No, they don't.
Yeah, my brother Johnny. Pat.
They give you roast beef to take with you?
Yeah. That's how he pays me. After I'm done my set, he gives me roast beef fries.
You get paid in meat? It's fucking hilarious.
Dominus, I'm huge. I'm coming up. That's how it does. That's how you do it. What's that kid I like from Philly? Pat. He featured for you. Pat House. He's going to work with me at Nick's Roast Beef.
Oh, he's good.
Everyone likes roast beef.
Oh, I thought you were going to say everybody likes Pat House. Everybody likes Pat House.
And Pat House. No, he's great. So I'm excited. We're both going to do it.
It's a good show.
Yeah,
we
it's
worked
fun.
together before, right?
Yeah, at Helium.
Did Stevie Simone work with us there?
Stevie Simone worked at Helium
Why
with
does
us.
that name ring a bell?
I don't know. It just does.
He's a good comedian, Stevie.
He's very good. Very good.
So, would you work there twice with me?
I think I worked there twice. That was with Ahmed.
You got me
I
and
can't
Ahmed
remember.
mixed up?
No, I didn't get
Did you ever call me Dominic?
Time out.
Ahmed.
Dominic. So nice. They named him twice. Isn't that Ahmed's joke? Ahmed. So nice. They named me twice.
But that's like an old saying, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Saying. I like Ahmed.
I like Ahmed too, but I would not confuse you. But I'm just thinking of who I worked at Helium with. And I don't remember if we did it twice. But that was fun on Thanksgiving. When you called my mom a sure thing. She appreciated
sure
that.
Thing. She had 10 kids. She's a sure thing. She never closed her legs. Your mom.
She's listening, Dominic. She's going to get
Sorry,
upset.
Edie.
Sorry, Edie. She hung up on me today.
I got your sister Edie will kick my ass.
Oh, yeah. She'll fight you right now.
I think I could take her.
You really?
I don't know. The way you talk about her, I'm not so sure
I
anymore.
can take her.
No, you can't take her. If you can take her, because I know I could beat you in a fight.
Really believe that?
I fucking without a doubt. I would knock you the fuck out.
Are you kidding? How would you knock me out?
By punching you with really hard in a place, like.
Are you doing the knockout game with the kids? Is that what you're doing? You're running around doing that? Do you know what the knockout game is?
What's that?
They come up on unsuspecting people and hit them.
That's horrible.
Isn't that horrible? But there was an old lady. I think it was in Philly. It might have been outside of Philly. That they must have went up to her. She got nervous, so she panicked, and when the kid went to hit her, she ducked. She fell. And then she went in her purse and got her gun and fired in the crowd of them.
Good.
Yeah, of course, Philadelphia. Why wouldn't she have a gun in her purse? And she fired into the crowd. And
you know what's funny? She could get in trouble for killing them.
I think she is in trouble because she killed one.
Fuck them.
You believe that?
She'll get off.
I hope so. In all honesty, if these little shits, my little sister's walking around just waiting, hoping.
Well, anybody who suckers an old lady deserves to die.
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear
anybody. A woman, they were showing video. There was a woman they went up to. She had her hands full of bags, and they just knocked her out somewhere in Jersey. It's so gross. I get pissed off at that stuff.
Welcome to
anger management.
Bummer comedy from the Laugh Factory.
All right, what else can we talk about then? Because I got angry.
Yeah, it's very frustrating that anybody would be such an animal. But the thing is, I don't mean to put down animals because they're evil.
Yeah.
Animals aren't evil. I mean, animals, if they're sick, if they can get violent, but they attack for certain reasons, but they would never do something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
They have to have a reason. There's no reason. It's just...
They're just plain retarded. It's like those flash mobs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
People, I don't know.
See, but the thing I think they should do with them when they get them together is just taser the shit out of them. Just keep tasering. You know how the taser is supposed to stop, but just keep torturing them. Hey, I don't think you're allowed to do this. I don't think you're supposed to do this, officer.
I have taser brass
fucking
knuckles.
Little savage.
I have taser brass knuckles.
Do you really?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Get out.
Yeah, well, I drive back and forth to Vegas a lot, so.
So you have them in case
Stop in the middle of the night. You know me, I like to drive in the middle of the night.
Yeah. In the middle of a dream, I call your name.
That's why I was nervous driving home with you in the middle of the night.
What?
I was driving home with you in the middle of the night with no weapons.
And no support.
No support. This was my favorite. You would fall asleep, right? And then beep, you should have a coffee break or whatever that stupid thing would tell me. And then you would wake up and go, oh, maybe it's because you're swerving. I'm like, really? You're not even awake. I'm swerving? I was so pissed. I'm like,
you were pissed at me?
No, I'm kidding.
How could you be mad
but
at me?
I'm getting yelled at by you, and I'm getting yelled at by the Nazi woman.
All of a sudden, you're Jewish. I'm getting yelled at by you. I'm getting yelled at by him. I get yelled at by the Goyim. I got yelled at by the
I do. I have a little Jew in me. Actually, a lot lately.
Yeah, so you got a boyfriend who's Jewish?
He's Jewish and Italian.
Mixed races.
Got to mix it up.
You saw MJ, right?
Yeah.
How cute she is.
She mixed.
Filipino and Swedish.
Wow.
They have the hottest kids. I was in
wrong neighborhood.
I was in Sydney, and I met this Chinese Scottish girl.
Chinese.
Fucking beautiful. She had Asian eyes, but they were light blue.
Yeah. Oh.
Fucking gorgeous.
Not that I'm
she was
excited.
in Technicolor. Not that you what?
Not that I'm excited over some hot Asian white girl, but
you never been with a girl?
Mm-mm.
Me neither. I wonder what it's like.
Me neither. No, I've been offered a lot.
Have you really?
Yeah, and I've had somewhat a really uncomfortable situation where not that I've ever felt threatened by a man or a woman, but this time, this girl was more persistent than any man.
Who was it?
Ever. Oh, you wouldn't know her.
Do I know her? I do.
Okay, maybe. But
I do know her. She a waitress?
no. But she was really... yes.
Cynthia.
But real... Cynthia. No, Cynthia's not a lesbian. She was for like an hour once.
Really?
Yeah.
An hour?
Well, I guess. But it was like really short-lived. You know, she was always flip-flopping, trying to figure out what would make her happy.
Pussy?
That wasn't it. Pussy cock. Pussy cock.
Pussy.
Can we say cock?
Yeah, you already said
Is this
it.
PG? You're right. We'll have to beep it out.
It's PG. We talked about a guy getting pooped on. How PG could it be?
I completely forgot.
Yeah,
I should have done it.
30 minutes ago. Sorry, Al.
Whatever, Dom. I don't live in the past. I move on
I
quick.
don't live in the recent past. Every 35 minutes, I start a new reel.
It just starts over. It's like, you know. I was thinking of something you said to me that you can make me relatively happy.
How? Sexually?
Like if we went out, I don't know if we got married or something like that. It was on the way home, so you could have been sleep talking.
Are you serious?
You said, you know, if we ever got married, I could make you relatively happy. And that's when I almost crashed because I was laughing so hard. It's just such a great word, relatively happy.
Well, not happy, but relative to your miserable state. Till you met Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie. He's the best.
You love him.
I do.
That's nice. He seemed like a really nice guy.
He really is a nice guy. And he's from here, which is weird. Like born and raised.
I was interested that he was nice to me and not threatened by me, you know.
No, I tell him all about you.
Because, you know, what I look like and kind of hunky. And, you know, must be awkward for a guy.
It is awkward for...
Who has a gal who, you know, stares at me and then I catch her stare and she turns away.
Sometimes I just melt.
Me too, in the mirror. I've gotten so much better looking as I've gotten older.
I sent you that picture.
So much more gnome-like. What?
I sent you a picture of me like this in front of your, like a big headshot
Did
of
you. Really?
Yeah, and you never got it, and I was just sitting there admiring.
What'd you do? Send it on my computer?
On your
on my email?
on the iPhone.
Oh.
Tweet, text, whatever the word is.
Might be in there. I might not have seen it.
Thanks, Tom. I really feel.
No, I just. I left my iPhone home today, and I feel very anxious. I do.
It's almost you feel like you forgot your pants.
Yeah.
Is it that hard for you yet, or?
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because I want to go back. I wanted to go to dinner, but I don't want to go to dinner without my iPhone.
Well, do you want to go get it? Like, I'll finish this and then.
You mind? Would you be a deer? Why don't we bring in Jamie Masada again? Made you look.
Thank God.
I'm trying to get him to come back on the show. Now he won't come back.
Because
First,
you tortured him. And
he wouldn't shut up. He wouldn't shut the fuck up.
That's right.
And now he won't come back.
He wouldn't shut up, and then people were writing in, hey, get rid of the Mexican guy.
What's with the little Mexican? He's Iranian, Jewish Iranian, Iran, Israel, and here.
I saw him on Brody's show the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Brody
Stevens.
Podcast?
Enjoy It. No, he has a show on Comedy Central.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And Jamie was on it talking about him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because Brody goes to therapy here.
I know.
So.
You know, it's funny because the therapist is a friend of mine. As you told me,
such a great idea, by the way.
It's amazing. They have a therapy. Explain it to them.
They have a therapist on, like at the Laugh Factory, on hand. You can go anytime. Any comic can go and talk. And I think the most messed up people in the world are comics.
Brody should have a team of therapists. And she said that one of them threatened her life.
One of the comics?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I said,
terrible.
Who was it? She goes, I can't tell you. I said, Brody? And she's like, I can't tell you. But I love the guy.
She's all over the show, so I hope that it wasn't Brody. I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
No, he seemed like they were getting along, and she's really good with him, and really, I mean, I never went to see her. I probably should. I need a couch my whole life. Yeah.
Well, you have issues.
I have tons of issues.
No, but really more than normal though. You have more than an abnormal amount of issues.
Like what? Like thinking I can beat you up in a fight? Is that an issue, or is
sick.
that a?
That's disgusting.
This is a form of dementedness. Is that a word?
We talked about this before, but just to refresh memory of the audience out there, is that you were a professional wrestler.
Certainly was. Still think you can beat me?
My ass. Yeah, because you were a professional fake wrestler. I think I get
fake wrestler.
Well, you know, you're a good athlete, and you jumped around and flipped
Excellent
around.
athlete, and I flipped around, and you got hurt. You got look. Of
course you get
I had a
hurt.
hairline fracture in my collarbone. I smashed my head
Of course
open
you're
on
still
some
jumping
pyro.
and flipping.
You still get your ass kicked, basically, and I'm getting beat up by women in mullets. You know, I mean, it was surreal.
Was that when a girl threw a move at you? Was it a comedian?
No,
Was it a comedian?
But I did. Those girls did too.
They did.
There was a couple girls, and they.
Jeez, wrestlers.
I will
dykes, who
tell
would've
you
thought?
that they turned a couple girls.
Really?
I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. One of them was married, and I was like,
They
she left her
flipped them?
husband,
Did
everything.
she really?
Yep.
The
I was
sweet
like, holy
smell of
shit.
pussy.
A mullet pussy. That's insane. But I remember I told you when I did that gig, because see, here's the thing. My mom always wanted me to be like a perfect little
Boy.
girl. No, because she had 4 boys
Yeah, I
in a
know.
row. She was
Yeah.
so excited. And then I was such a
She
tomboy.
had 4 in a row.
Yeah. She had
So
Jimmy, Johnny, Charlie, Billy.
Tell the order of your family.
Well, there's 10 of us. From the top, it's Tommy, Karen, Kathleen, Jimmy, Johnny, Charlie, Billy, Bobby, Edie, me.
Got
Well,
that?
I'm
Simple.
after Billy.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. I'm number 8. I feel like Matt Damon in that movie, Good Will Hunting, where he names all the people. But that's so she had 4 boys in a row, and she was like, oh, prayed and prayed for a little girl, and she would rub her belly and be like, I hope this is a girl. I hope this is. And then I was such a tomboy, she fucking hated me. So she had to have 2 more to try for a real girl, and then she got Edie. So it's not working out for her because Edie was tough and tomboyish too. Not as much as me, but she was tough.
Oh yeah.
But so when
Remember
I
that
got
night I made her smile on the floor when she
Oh,
was so
it's so bad.
miserable?
Yeah, but we tortured her, Dom. I mean, can you imagine being the baby of 10?
Oh,
and
you
just
tortured not that night.
constantly torturing her. People tease her that she don't smile, and I'm like, it's our fault.
She's pretty.
She's beautiful, but you
All right,
really
she's
made her
beautiful.
smile. You really made her smile hard. You made her laugh hard.
She was trying not to laugh. That was the worst. She was doing something on her computer, like. And first of all, if you don't want attention, don't sit in the middle of the floor with a computer. You know what I mean?
Remember Karen on the computer
Oh, with
with
her,
his short shorts?
with her,
Let me look that up for you.
her wedgie,
Yeah.
and your brothers are going, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Johnny's like, put that away. She's like, let me look that up for you. You know, and she just
Oh,
leaned
how-
with her whole this out.
Well, Karen, I was leaving Helium in Philly, and I'm getting in my car, and I see this whore walking by, right? And I figure, well, it's about like
You're
that's
like,
the
who's
neighborhood.
that whore with the
Who's
high
that
thigh,
whore?
high
Karen,
boots?
what are you doing dressed like? And your daughter.
Karen and her
God
daughter,
bless her, man.
both in fishnets and thigh-high boots.
I know.
And then she goes, I don't know why he's hitting on me. He thinks I look like a whore. I'm like, well, I can see your vagina. Everyone thinks. No, but she's just, she's 50 and she looks like that. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, she's beautiful. So I guess, maybe I would too.
But part of the reason, first of all, they are beautiful. Part of the reason Eleanor says they're beautiful is because they all look alike. so in some way, she's saying
My
she's
sisters
beautiful,
are so hot.
and they look just like me.
Yeah, Karen and I look exactly like, but we're 10 years apart. So it's pretty crazy. But
You're 60.
I'm 60. Yeah, I'm
look
older.
great.
I'm way older than her.
Oh, you look great. You're in good
You would
shape. You're
think.
fit.
60 with the name Eleanor. Absolutely. Perfect. Yeah. But that's what I was saying. Like when I got that wrestling gig, I called my mom and I said, look, don't be mad. I'm going to take the wrestling gig. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And I was like, really? Because I'm going to be wrestling. And I must have said it like 10 times. I swear I did.
Yeah.
And she just kept going with it. She's like, oh my God, they have great women characters on that show. I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, you know what? Let me call you when I get home because I didn't get it, why
Yeah,
she was
right.
so excited. And then when I got home, I called and Karen answered and she was like, yo, you're going to be on West Wing? I was like,
West Wing,
oh
wrestling,
my
wrestling,
God.
West Wing.
She
That's
told
fun.
everyone.
That's hilarious.
It was awful. I was like, Mom, really? Now I got to explain to everybody that I'm
you're
not
not
going
on West Wing? That
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
not
going
on
to be
one of the
hanging
top
out with
shows?
Martin Sheen. I'm going to be with a woman with a mullet and a sleeper hold, maybe. It was very
Gore the
exciting.
Bull Dyke.
Gore the Bull Dyke. I'm Easy Rider.
That was funny. We had so much
It was
fun going
great.
down to see you at the Forum.
Rogan came to see. I remember Rogan came one night, and it was this night where the lead girl, the main lady,
Now,
Selena.
you think you could beat Rogan in a fight?
I can fight. I'll fight Rogan right now. Actually, if anybody's listening, I'm offering Rogan out right now. I'll fight him.
I'm offering him out. That's such a Philly
Such
term.
I'm offering you out, Rogan.
I'm offering you out.
I'm gonna go
calling you
after him.
out.
Did you remember that? Did you go after him? Which meant, did you knock on his door?
No.
You never said that? Like, I just went after him. He wasn't home. I don't know. There's so many
I just
weird
went after.
sayings.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, you know what the Irish say, which is interesting? Like when they're coming to pick you up, I'll collect you at about 8. I'll collect you.
Wait, you mean in Ireland?
What am I, the Scarecrow in a Wizard of Oz? There's my legs, and there's my head.
Are you a typewriter or collect
They
this
say I'll
item?
collect you. I'll collect you about 9 o'clock there, lad.
I love that. I think that's great. I got to go there with you. You have to meet my friend Jennifer. You'd love her.
She's Irish?
Yeah, she's from Ireland. She's a comic here. She's so
Yeah, you
cute.
told me about her.
Yeah, Jennifer Hartnett is her name. She's so cute. I did a pilot with her that she wrote and she produced. She got the money for it, and she's really, really smart, funny girl.
Where's she from in Ireland?
I don't remember. I'm not that
Where
good
are you
at friends.
from, do you know? Where are the
My
Kerrigans?
mom looked it up, and there's Kerry, and there's what's the other one?
Kerry is Northern Ireland, I think. But
Yeah,
I mean,
that's my dad's side, I think.
But I'm not sure if Kerry is in the north, but part of the Republic, or part of the, I forget.
We're so washed down. They tried to do that Ancestry.com, but I think we were one of like the first settlers over here.
Really?
Yeah, because
So you were here
I
when
don't
there were
have
slaves in
any
America and all?
probably.
Wow.
I still
'Cause
feel that way.
We came over, my grandparents all came over at the same time in the, I guess, 1920s or something.
Yeah, I have to. My mom tried to trace it on that Ancestry.com, but then
Right.
it just kept going. It hadn't they hadn't got to where, like, who from Ireland, you know, like
Oh.
that's how
So you've
washed
been here,
out. I
you've been
think.
here that long?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for letting me in.
Yeah, you're
Your
welcome.
country.
Thank you. We'll take the bullet for you. Thanks a lot. They hated the Irish here.
Well, the Irish.
Everybody hates the
they were
Irish.
No, everybody doesn't hate the
No,
Irish.
now they love the Irish, but before they used to hate the Irish.
Well, the Italians and the Irish were considered like, the kind of lower rungs in society.
The
They
white
were,
trash of the world at that point.
They were the street cleaners and all that. And
Irish are good, hardworking people.
I know
And
they.
I remember we were talking about my dad being a Marine, and you said your dad was a lifer, right?
My father was a sergeant major in the Marines. Yeah,
Amazing.
God rest his soul.
But you said
Even though he's not dead,
he's dead to you.
he's dead to me.
You said, your dad was like, you're like, my dad's not a pussy. He didn't come out to start a typewriter store. He didn't come out to start it. He came out to take it over because it was in the family business.
Was it really?
It was my grandfather's.
Are you serious?
Let me just tell you how lazy the Irish are.
A tradition of
Or
typewriters?
my Irish family. My grandfather invented tools specifically for typewriters.
Wow.
Like amazing tools. Everyone used to come there and use, big companies would come use my dad's tools. And my dad kept them, but no one ever marketed them. Like at one point that could have, paid for maybe 10 children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe
So
given
when he
some
left,
kind of alimony or child support.
let me get this straight. When he left,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, how do you leave 10 kids? Right?
It was really easy for him. No, I'm kidding.
Did he meet that chick and then leave?
Well, I want to say that this is just, look, my dad would never be open about it, but my dad was kind of promiscuous, obviously. Is that the right way to say it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to say kind of, because if you're promiscuous,
Yeah, he was. And then he met the one he's with for the past, I think it's like
she's got
20,
a stripper name too, which is hilarious.
I think it's like 27 years. Like they've been together a long time.
Oh.
Longer than my mom and dad were together, which my mom was like, hey, they just passed.
Wow.
She's
She doesn't even care, does she?
No, obviously it was hard in the beginning, but she threw him out. Ultimately, she found out about it.
How the fuck did these women do it?
I don't know how she did
How did they
it.
do it with 8-10 kids?
My mom and my brother Johnny had an interesting argument the other day. My brother Johnny said, hey, he has 2 girls, and he said, for my daughters, just get them bonds for Christmas. And my mother said, absolutely not. And Johnny was like, why? Bonds are good. And she goes, what did Grandma Kerrigan get you for Christmas? And he goes, nothing I can remember. She's like,
Bonds.
she got you bonds. So, and Johnny goes, wait, where are those bonds? She goes, I use them to put you through school.
Wow.
Like, people are like, how did she do it? She says she borrowed from Peter to pay Paul because she's so Catholic.
Yeah.
That's just how she did it. But she had to make do. My dad didn't pay child support.
He didn't.
He would.
So he left and didn't pay child support.
Right, and he would give her.
They'd be in jail now, your father or my father.
Absolutely. But my mother would never do that.
That's a felony.
Absolutely it is. My mother would never do that because she's so
Got too much pride.
Irish pride.
My mother either. My mother never asked him for a cent.
We were never on welfare. My favorite thing she would do too is if my dad didn't pay the bills and like they turned off the electricity, because for a while she would just send him the bills right in the beginning. They would turn off the electricity or the gas or whatever. And she would go, give me the bills back. I'll pay them. I'm like, wait a minute. that's not solving anything.
Right.
You just took it on yourself. But that's how she was.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she would do that. And then, she would, whatever she could do, she worked odd jobs. She worked for the Phillies. She worked for the Eagles. She worked at Strawbridge and Clothier. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
And
Right near Wanamaker's and Litz.
when she worked for the Eagles, she was always late. And this was back
She
when
was always taking care of the kids.
Right. She's always got like 10 kids
Imagine
to deal
the
with.
Fucking stress
And when my dad left, the oldest was 18. So the baby was 3. Edie was 3. We're only 15 years apart.
Who was 18? The boy?
Tommy, yeah.
Could he help out with the kids?
Absolutely. Tommy, Karen, Kathleen, Jimmy, they all did. We used to, call Kathleen the warden because she would punish us a lot. Not punch us.
Which one of your brothers is gay?
Well, there's always 1 out of 10, so we're rolling the dice. We'll see who jumps out. It could be a girl. What if a girl comes out?
That's not the same.
Nobody cares if a girl comes out.
Who was the girl that moved on you?
I'm not telling you. Anyway,
Dan, I want you to tell me. It's a show.
No, why?
You have to.
I'm not telling you. I don't name names, Dominic.
Yes, you do.
I got to go back to South Philly this weekend. I can't. If you name names, you get kicked out. They don't let you back in.
You don't rat nobody out.
We don't rat nobody out. See,
you were singing like a canary.
I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, you were saying about.
How she did it. When she worked for the Eagles, my mom, it was Dick Vermeil was the coach of the Eagles, and my mom would be running to go, and he always jogged around the vet stadium before the games, and she would run past him, and she'd go, "Oh, hi, Dickie," like he knew who she was. Hey, Dickie. She was so cute. I don't know how she did it. I really don't. I can barely get by, and I have nothing. I have no children. I don't own anything.
I know.
You think of it that way.
They didn't lay on the couch as much as we do. That's for sure.
No, but the first picture my brother Tommy, because he's an artist, ever drew of my mom was her laying on the couch and an ironing board with all these clothes piled on top of it. And he put it in school, and she was so embarrassed because he's really a good, and he always was, drew really well. And she was so embarrassed because it was perfect, with all the clothes messy.
Yeah.
She was like, God damn him. He's telling everybody I take naps in between laundry. But she was probably pregnant. God bless you.
Oh. Yeah, just went down on that one.
That was good, Dominic. That was good. Feel good?
Better. Yeah.
Yeah, that came from within.
There's a lot of snot.
Ew.
When did this start? Remember this with the coughing and the sneezing with that thing?
Well, it's better that way because it's not in your hand. And then you touch somebody's hand or you touch something, you touch your car.
I usually rub this part of my arm
Do you open your car
on
like
the tongue?
That's how you say hi. Hey. You give them a little.
Yeah.
That's great. That's exciting. All right, I don't know what else we were talking about.
No, I want to. Don't worry about it.
Family, friends.
I want to catch up to when you moved out here. So you had the family. Did you work in Philly?
As
did you
an
ever work
actor?
as a waitress?
Oh, I worked as a waitress too. I worked at the Corned Beef Academy.
Corned Beef Academy, an academic corned beef.
Yes, it was owned by Jewish people.
You're kidding. Corned beef Jews? Could have been the Irish.
It was amazing, though. They fresh cooked turkeys, everything.
Where is this at?
It was one on 2nd and Market. There was one on 18th and Market near the Stock Exchange. There was another one on Sampson Street. I forget, 16th maybe. He had 3 of them. I think there's only one open. But me and a lot of my friends used to always work for them. I remember we used to make good money too, and I put a coat on layaway. Me and my good friend Cindy put coats on layaway on South Street, like long leather coats, and we put $10 down, and every day we would walk home and pay it.
Did you get it?
I did. But it was like we would go with whatever we made, and every day we walked home from 2nd and Market to 18th and Johnson.
That's a long walk.
Every day. We loved it. We didn't like the bus or the subway. You just go right down Passyunk.
Passyunk curls around. It's magical.
I can't wait. I'll be there on Friday.
You'd be in Philly?
Yeah.
This is going to air after Christmas.
Oh, that's right.
But it's all right.
And I'll be home for Christmas too. Exciting. And
do you have to buy presents for everybody?
We don't. We do a Pollyanna.
Yeah, you can. It's too many.
Yeah, so it's too many. So I'll do my Pollyanna.
You have to have a job for the whole year just to buy the family like relatively inexpensive presents.
Yeah, and I have my brother Johnny. I can say that because he's not going to hear this until after.
What'd you get him?
I didn't get him anything yet. My mother goes, "Oh, let me see what Johnny wrote." I go, I don't care what he got on his list. I'm going to get him what I want to get him because I want to get him something stupid.
Like what?
I'm not sure yet. I'm just thinking an autographed picture of myself. Or
you should give him that, and then pull the real present
something.
out.
Yeah, that's what we do. We always do like a goof. We try to do a goof, and then we do. We have Christmas at his house because it's bigger. The family is too big now.
Oh, where's he at?
Delaware County. And wait, Broomall. That's the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's he do?
Bartends at Nick's Roast Beef.
Oh, does he? Oh, okay. So he got you the roast beef job?
Of course.
That's fucking hilarious. My brother's connected to meat.
But my brother Billy sells meat door to door. Hilarious.
Who sells meat door to door?
My brother Billy. And he has his own business. But wait, you know what? They do it, I forgot his competitor's name. But they're huge. Omaha. Like that.
Omaha Steaks?
Yeah, it's like that. And they're really good. It's just a lot cheaper than Omaha. But they're still good. I mean, we all buy beef from him. You know, they all buy meat from him. Uh-huh. But I've been in the truck with him in South Philly, and it's probably the most unprofessional run thing, but like not in a bad way. Like we're driving down Oregon Avenue, and he made this horrific U-turn because he's yelling out the window, "Yo, Albert, you want to buy meat?" You know, and he just and he makes this ridiculous U-turn and then sells meat.
He has the meat in the truck and he sells it.
Yeah, but we were going to a client's house.
So he goes to somebody's house.
Normally, you go to somebody's house, but when he saw his friend on the street,
do people open the door for you?
Isn't that weird? But yeah, he has because he has his regulars. Yeah,
right,
so he'll go out to Tom's River. He'll go out to all different places, and
so
he has like loyal customers.
You have a very meaty family.
We're very meaty.
What were the meals like?
The meals were interesting because we're finicky.
Which is amazing. You can be finicky with 10 kids. I think you cut your mother a break.
Oh, yeah. And I remember one time saw my mom stirring sauce and she tasted it. And I went, "Oh, my God, you put it back in there." And she goes, "Oh, Jesus Christ, I gave birth to you. Sit down." Just so angry. And I was like, "I'm not eating." She put her lips on it. She's like, "I don't give a shit. Don't eat." But that's how you get over your finickiness because today they'll be like, okay, they'll try 40 dishes.
Well, my grandmother was a short order cook for us.
That's amazing.
Not for dinner, but for like late at night. Not dinner. She couldn't do it because it would be too many people. But like me, my cousin Barbara, my sister, my cousin Johnny, we would go, "I'll have the grilled cheese with bacon, please. Could you make? Could you get the what's the outer part of the bread?"
Oh, cut the crust off?
Cut the crust off. Yeah, cut the crust off.
No crust, please.
Felix Unger.
Yeah. My mother would be like, "You're eating the crust. I pay for the crust. You're eating it. Choke on it. You're not getting rid of the crust."
Okay, so you got all these kids. You got this life going. You're working in downtown Philly.
Yeah.
You went to high school at Goretti?
I went to St. Marie Goretti, and then I went to Temple for 2 years. I was a semi-theater major, meaning
really?
I was taking theater courses and paying for it myself.
Were you in any plays?
We did a lot of John Patrick Shanley. I think I only did one.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
I had a bad experience with him.
Really? Cher got an Oscar for Moonstruck. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, she was great in that movie.
But I think I was in The Dreamer Examines Her Pillow.
Nicolas Cage was great too.
Nick Cage, yeah. What did you do? His Pillow. The Dreamer Examines His Pillow.
I got a call I was in Philly. I was living out here, and I got a call from my agent. Does it bother you to be on like a hill? because they want to shoot you from a hill in Hawaii. I go, no, it doesn't bother me. Right?
Yeah.
So I signed up for this. They said Nathan Lane's in it, who was a friend of mine.
Wow.
They said maybe you and Nathan wasn't a name then, you know.
Yeah,
they
but
said
still.
maybe Nathan, you and Nathan can do some improvs if we get to that. They have a rowboat thing that you could be in, rowboat scene, whatever. You and
Okay.
Nathan. Well, what you know. So, long story short, Kim's in coach. She's pissed because they gave me a first class ticket. Like I could afford 2 first class tickets. Instead of saying thank you for taking me to Hawaii, she's mad 'cause
she's
she's not in
pissed. I
first
gotta
class.
sit like this.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I'm on the plane, and Tom Hanks is sitting next to me. He's the star of the movie,
Oh my God.
right? So he says to me, we're talking and we're having a lot of fun. Who was the girl that was in the movie? She was a little blonde.
What was
Meg
it?
Ryan.
Oh, of course.
Meg Ryan was across the whole thing, and I don't know anybody else. Maybe other actors that I
Yeah.
didn't recognize. But Hanks was great, you know. And we're laughing, and he goes to me, I can't believe you're going to stand on top of that mountain. I said, what are you talking about? He says, you know, the thing. I said, what mountain? They said, like a little hill. He goes, it's the highest point in Oahu. He says, are you really going to do that? I go, well, no, I don't know now. That you put
Yeah.
it like that, you're scaring the shit out of me. So it was a place called Turtle Bay. This was the hotel. And I go to the wardrobe to check in, and the lady says, you know, I want to see if you're really going to do this thing before we build the harness for you. I go, harness? What the fuck?
Shit.
Right? So then I said to Kim, I said, when we had a day off, I said, let's take a ride out to this place. I want to see it. It's a fucking cliff. Like these cliff divers in Mexico would jump off of, you know?
Yeah, like you see
And
a blind guy jump
you have
off
to
it.
have a harness because the helicopter has the camera in it and it comes close to you, but the wind of the helicopter can blow you off. Right? So anyway, so I said, I ain't doing this. That's a stunt. That's not acting.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's different.
And John Patrick Shanley, he comes up, he wants to have a meeting with me because I've said I'm not going to do it. He goes, listen, why don't you look inside of yourself and fight those demons that, I said, don't give me that bullshit. I said, I don't know anybody that would do this. I said, would you
Wow.
get up there? He didn't answer me. I said, I ain't doing it. And so they just paid me and threw me out of the hotel.
Oh my God.
They had to pay me, you know,
Yeah,
because
of
of SAG
course.
rules, but they
But
could have
that's
gotten.
crazy. Why? Who would say, oh, you just want to be on a hill, but not explain you may or may not
Well,
lose
they
your
might
life?
not have explained it to her.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can
You
think
may
of.
be the original bungee cord jumper.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But anyway, I know he's a good writer.
Oh no,
but
he's
he was-
brilliant. Do you remember what movie it was? Or
Yeah, it was called Joe versus the Volcano.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, could that be
It
it?
stunk too.
It did. You're right. It didn't do well at all. That's not one of his more famous plays.
No, Moonstruck was probably his best.
Moonstruck was the best. Cher got an Oscar for it, and it was Olympia Dukakis was in it. She was phenomenal. She was the mother.
What was Cher's line in that?
Snap out of
Snap
it.
out of it.
Yeah, I love Moonstruck. But he was. That's what we studied, and
Danny
we.
Aiello was in that too, right? Mm-hmm. And who was that owl-looking guy?
Oh, the
Gardenia,
father, her
Vincent
father.
Gardenia.
Yeah, yeah. I
He
love
was
the
great.
grandfather too. He would walk the dogs and go "Ayudama" and just curse at the curse at the moon.
He
constantly.
overdid it a little on the Italian characters, but it was funny.
I thought they were great. Yeah, they are a
but I
little
mean, he-
overdone, but
he
it's
did- He gave another ethnic views of Italian. You know what I mean? But he's
her house coat that she wore all the time. It was like she had her outfit that she wore.
Olympia.
And Cher.
Oh, did
She had an apron that she would put on and this like frumpy kind of sweater. I don't know. It was
Nick
weird.
Cage was great in that.
Nick Cage was great in that.
Did he lose his thumb in it or something?
I lost my hand. His whole hand. He got it off.
Lost his hand.
He has his bride. He has his life. I lost my hand. It's like one of my favorite scenes. Where he's just
funny.
flinging
Yeah.
around this wooden hand.
I remember. I always got that mixed up with my thumbs, Charlie. They took my
Oh,
thumbs.
now how can you do that? That's the
Pope
Pope
of
of
Greenwich
Greenwich
Village, right?
Village. Phew.
Who was it?
It was Pope of Greenwich Village, Eric Roberts. But now I have my own podcast.
Yeah, you were telling me.
Can I
That's a
plug
great
that
idea.
on mine?
You can
On
plug
yours?
whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Can I plug my ears on yours? My ears.
We're going to end this with a. No, we're not ready to end yet,
Ta-da.
but,
Oh,
but you know what's going to happen to you.
absolutely. I'm very excited about it. Actually, I'm looking forward to that.
I'll explain it to you. I just want to know the
it gets my
transition.
blood boiling.
I want to know what got you from Philly to have the balls to come out here alone.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't actually come out here alone. I was coming out here alone because I was doing
Mario?
all this acting. Yeah, I was doing all this acting.
How many
and
Marios
stuff.
did you go out with?
3.
3 Marios. 3 Marios and an Irish girl.
3 Marios,
And a
a
Mick.
couple VJs, a Santo. Real Irish neighborhood I was in.
You like Italians and Jews, huh?
I do. I don't know why. I just think the ethnic, you should mix it up. Like I say, I like it a little dark, not too dark, but dark. I don't want to kill daddy. But no, I'm just saying so I was doing all this acting. I was doing plays. I was going to school. I was working. And I remember this guy saying, you got to sacrifice a lot to be an actor. And I'm like, I know. And I'm like, meanwhile, I'm working around the clock. I remember I used to take pictures at nightclubs on the weekends just to pay for all these classes. Like
Right.
I dress in these stupid little T-shirt dresses. I almost got killed once because we had a Polaroid camera. I took a picture of this guy and girl. And he goes, give me that fucking camera. And he pulled it and he ripped up all the pictures. He was a
Really?
gangster and he was with his gumad.
Oh.
I didn't know. I was like, did you want to buy a picture? Like an idiot. This skinny little
ripped it
18-year-old
up on
girl.
you?
Oh, yeah. I thought he was going to break the camera. I'm like, please don't. And then I said, it belongs to so-and-so. And so then he was like, all right, because if you use the right names, you can get out of a lot of things. And so I was like, please don't. It's blah, blah, blah. And then he gave it back. And he goes, give me those effing pictures. And I was like, okay, it's just a Polaroid. You don't have to kill the rest of it. Please don't kill it.
Is it a Friday?
It was
Doesn't they
on a
get-
Thursday, and it was
Oh.
at the Roxy on South Street.
Oh, because they usually take the guma out on Friday and the wife on Saturday.
Oh, they take him out every night.
Yeah.
That's old school. They used to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now it's like every night. Now there's no. Well, it wasn't. Now that was 21 years ago.
Would you ever
22
cheat
years
on me? How could you, baby? How could you say
You're
that?
the mother of my
How
children.
could you even say that?
I was watching The Sopranos.
Dolores.
I was watching The Sopranos yesterday, and Carmela goes, "It's almost like you skeeve me." I almost threw up. But anyway, so then I was doing all these plays and stuff, and I thought, you know what? I want to move to LA, and I got a part of this program that I come out here for 3 months. You paid in advance. You lived in this house, and they did like acting classes and stuff, and it was pretty high, but I didn't care. I was like, I'm going to pay for it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I flew out early to meet with them. And I didn't even have a license. I was 21. I didn't have a license. I didn't have anything. And I just said, screw it. I'm doing it.
How many years after that did I meet you?
It was that year because I got the job at the Comedy Store in February.
Wow.
Yeah, because I moved out here January 10th. And then I got that
What
job
year?
like 93.
Jeez, that's right. I was still with Kim.
You were with Kim.
Before Sophie, after Lisa.
And I remember they introduced me, this waitress, Lisa, introduced me to you as, this is Dom Irrera from television. And I said, of course it is.
You knew me?
I'm from South Philly. Everyone knows Dom Irrera from television.
funny.
He's one of our gods. His statue's right next to Rocky.
Dun, 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 dun.
But then I moved here and I did that program, and Mario came with me. I got him in the program. All of a sudden, he wanted to be an actor.
That's the Mario that I met at Bookbinders.
Yeah, he was a manager or
Did
something.
I meet
there.
all your Marios?
No way.
What kind of fucking question is that?
Have
Did I
you
meet
met all
your
the Marios? Hold, please. Behind door number 2 is Mario Bocelli. Yeah, they were all.
I thought you didn't name names.
I'm sorry, you're right, but I love them. They're still good friends.
All of them?
Yeah, they're still friends. Like we were kids, It was just you date a lot of guys. I mean, we used to switch them on and off. I mean, Mario Soleo I was with for a long time, like 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
And then when I moved out here, I just I fell in love with it. I was like, I gotta stay. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And he got mad and left. And then
You got mad and left the town?
he left to go back to Philly because he wanted to go back. And he was like, if we go back, we'll work the summer. We'll make more money. I'm like, if I go back, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
So I
I
stayed.
remember when you were going to move to New York.
But that's what I'm saying. So I was moving to New York, and then I didn't, obviously. Then after Freddie passed, I started writing a one-woman show, and I said, I'm going to do this.
Didn't you do something with that guy you went out with, Jewish comedian?
Jason Hartz. That was a
Jason.
long time ago. Yeah, we
That
did.
was before?
Yeah, we did a play.
Because Sophie and I came to see you
That's right. We did it at the HBO Workspace. That was great. It was
on Santa Monica.
Jason and I wrote it. Freddie directed it. Freddie Soto directed it. And
I didn't know that.
we did. It was so much fun. It was just something to do, something to be in.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be, obviously, still an actor. I had no idea I wanted to do stand-up. And then Jason wanted to be a stand-up, but he came from, a family that always told him yes, yes, yes. And then he came out here and they were like, no, no, no. He's like, I don't understand that word. So he quit.
He's rich, right?
Yeah. So, but he's doing great. Now, some people it's for and some people it's not. Whatever.
Well, most people don't make it. I mean...
Well, you don't make it, but some people do stick with it. Even if they don't make it, they don't care.
Yeah, but they have... I know.
It's kind of a sad thing when you see that, but...
When you see somebody in their 50s and they're not clicking, they go, well,
and they still have the day
it.
job. Yeah. It's like... But they're still doing what they love somewhat, even if they don't... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're not great. But anyway, so I did that. I was writing that one-person show, and then I started doing that, and then people were like, you're doing stand-up, and then I started working all these the Comedy Store. Tommy would put me in La Jolla at least once a month, and then you just grow so quickly, and that's where I'm at. Now it's been almost 7 years. I've gone from being booed off stage to... not being booed. I got booed bad. I got booed hard.
That's a hard thing to do.
Well, especially in we were at the the theater in the Round in Long Island, Westbury Music. Yeah. And so it's like when you have people booing you from the front, you can take it, but the sides and the back, you're like, oh, everyone hates me? Wow. And I remember my sister Karen drove out to see me from South Philly. It's like 2 hours, She was all excited. You're going to be at this thing. And I went out and I had these cute boots on and these cute little shorts and this little shirt. But under it, I had this half bra that made me look like I was a girl because it had fake boobs in it. You were a girl. Yeah, but I don't have boobs, so you have to wear these fake bras sometimes. So I was all excited, and I was like, I look hot, And I go out and I say I'm from South Philly, and they're like, fuck Philly. I'm like, oh, shit.
Wow.
And then they're like, everybody starts yelling.
It's a classy audience.
It was so bad. And then I was like trying to come out with some comebacks and stuff, and I was sweating so bad that my bra slipped down. And so now it looked like I had tumors on my belly. And I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I stayed out there for 5 full minutes. And I remember at one point, and I kept trying so hard to just say my stuff, say my routine. And I caught eye contact with my sister Karen. I remember looking at her and I was thinking, she looked at me like this, like, you want to take this whole fucking room? We'll fight everybody in here. Like, I feel like we did that. Like we had that locked eye for a minute. And then I got off and I panicked and I pretended like it didn't hurt. I was like, oh, it's fine. And then I went in the dressing room. I locked myself in the bathroom. I was crying. I called my mom on my cell phone.
Oh, my God.
My brothers got on. They're like, hey, Cyndi Lauper got booed. They started naming people that got booed. You stick with it, kid.
The Pope got booed.
They threw eggs at the Pope. They booed Santa Claus. You stay up there. So it was great to have my family support like that.
Well, Elle, it's time to end the show, but it's not going to be verbally. I think you know what's going to happen.
Well, I think it should happen because...
This is something that we have a tradition of doing.
It's needed.
Do not try this at home.
Yeah, if you're
I'm a professional
watching, please.
This is. I'd like to thank Eleanor Kerrigan for coming on.
Thank you, Dominic Irrera,
Dom
for
Irrera
having
live
me.
from the Laugh Factory.
Dom Irrera live from Laugh Factory.
It is called the Punch to the Twat.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Please, if any children are in the room, clear them out. Oh.